Hello everyone and welcome to DC Central, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down and reviewing The Flash Season 5 Episode 14, otherwise entitled Cause and Excess. And if you have not seen this episode, make sure you have before you watch this review, as it will be filled with spoilers. We'll be here for you when you get back. So the whole kind of unique selling point of this episode, although it's not necessarily a unique selling point as we've seen this not only in The Flash before, but also in Legends of Tomorrow, is the idea of being stuck in a time loop. Now this is what Nora was doing, this is what was happening, where she was going through her day, and eventually after Barry is gone into the Speed Force to help with the metahuman cure, Cicada ends up killing a member of Team Flash, and she has to keep resetting the day, Groundhog Day style, to try and find out how to stop this and how to break the cycle and how to get through the day without one of their close friends dying. And that was the basic concept of this episode. So the reason why I'm doing this episode a little bit differently, if you may have noticed, is because I just need to discuss this up top. Nora is a bloody idiot, and I'm getting sick and tired of this character. Nora, when she first showed up in this season, I actually thought was really good. I liked her, and this is nothing against the actress. This is nothing against Jessica Parker Kennedy. I think she does a good job with what she's given. But the problem with Nora is that she's written so incompetently and written as pretty much as a 10-year-old when she's supposed to be 30. Like, she's supposed to be the same age as her parents at this point. This is just ridiculous, and she's such an idiot. The way she's going around, you know, telling everybody all these things, you know, just being back in this time is an idiotic move in its own right, and she just comes across as so incompetent at what she does as a speedster, and I just don't buy it, and it really is stupid. It's one of those things that the Flash has to deal with its continuity errors, and in this episode, this is like peak Nora idiocy. Just Nora going back in time every single time someone is killed. It just comes across as a massive continuity error and just causing more and more problems, because the more you go back in time, the more problems that you cause and how much more you rupture the timeline. And this keeps happening, and it's specifically said in the episode, it's 52 times that she does this. She goes back in time 52 times in order to try and stop this, in order to try and stop Cicada, and it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd, and I don't understand why the writers felt that this was okay. I don't know why they felt like, with all the lore that we've had of the Flash, you know, in these 5 seasons, throughout all the things we've learned that have been established, why is this okay? It makes no sense to me, and again, it just makes Nora come across as a big dumb idiot. Also, there's been some controversy surrounding this episode about whether she was going back in time or reversing time, because we did see in the Flash Season 4 finale, when she helped Barry punch the satellite, that it looked like she reversed time, and it looked like she was doing that in this episode, excuse me. And again, in this episode, it's not made actually clear whether she was reversing time or going back in time, but regardless of which one it was, what is actually the difference between the two? Because if she's reversing time, she's technically still going back in time, and she can still change things by going back in time, and things are still being changed by going back in time. So the way I look at it is, whether she was actually running back in time or reversing time, whichever one it was, at the end of the day, it's the same thing. And the biggest, most contradictory thing in this entire episode is at the end of the episode, when Barry eventually comes out with the cure for, or the, you know, the metahuman cure that they're going to use on Cicada, we have this big heartfelt talk between Barry and Nora, where Barry basically recites the speech that Jay Garrick gave to him in Season 3, where he gets the mug and, you know, talks about how every time you break the timeline, you can try your best to put it back together, but it's never going to be the same way it originally was. So this is fine, and I think this is a nice moment, especially for Barry sort of being the mentor to Nora. However, it's the biggest contradictory thing, because he's literally talking about time travel, even though, you know, back in December, they literally did time travel. They literally time traveled throughout all of the show's history to try and stop Cicada. On top of that, and what makes it even worse, is that Nora is time traveling right now. Nora is in their time. She's 30 years in the past or so. So the fact that Barry is saying, oh, don't time travel, you can't time travel, what he should have said then, well, Nora, you need to go back home because you're causing too many problems. And it's a nightmare, the fact that they've had to deal with this character. I felt that, honestly, bringing Nora into this show is the worst decision this season made, because it's just causing so many issues. And like I say, this speech, which would normally be good and is supposed to be heartfelt, like if this was him talking to Wally, for example, or Jesse or someone like that, it would be a lot more applicable. But the fact that this is Nora, who is currently in their time, it just comes across as incredibly contradictory. And we did have Cisco's date in this episode with Camilla, which was fine. I mean, it was kind of tied into the time loop, and I like the idea of Cisco kind of getting vibes from all these different timelines. I thought that was quite cool, but other than that, it was just Cisco going around trying to be different people and trying to, you know, be cool and things like that. And it was supposed to be funny, but it just really wasn't. Maybe it was funnier than I actually found it, but I was just so sick and tired of this episode that it just was floating past my brain. And the most annoying thing about this episode, even more than the contradictory statement, is Cicada bloody gets away again. I am so tired of this now. They have had so many opportunities to stop Cicada where they've taken him down and he's just sat there waiting to be captured, and then he just flies off. Once again, can I just reiterate that they've never actually explained what Cicada's powers are, and can I also just say that they've never explained how Cicada can just fly. They've never explained that, he just does. So on top of that, the fact that they've not explained how Cicada can fly, but he just flies off every time that they capture him. Every time that they have the opportunity to stop this villain, he just flies off and gets away. And it's like, oh, see you next week. And it's so repetitive. I'm really bored with this. I don't want this to keep carrying on, because I really want to like this season. I really do. And I really felt at the beginning of the season this had the potential to be one of the best. And it's honestly, at this point, this is worse than season 4. And especially with Cicada, who, you know, I've not been too hot on Cicada from the beginning. Like, even when he was originally announced to be the villain, I was not happy with this villain choice. But the fact that they keep doing this, of Cicada just getting away, it's so repetitive. And it makes the team seem like complete idiots when they're not. We have scientists, we have detectives, we have journalists. They're not supposed to be these group of ragtag idiots. They're supposed to be incredibly smart, and if they were incredibly smart, they wouldn't have let Cicada get away this many times. It's ridiculous. I'm honestly so frustrated with The Flash right now. I don't even know what to say about it. I don't know how to review it anymore, because it's just coming across as the writers just, you know, they have 22 episodes to fill. They have this villain that they clearly don't know what to do with, and they're just trying to extend it. And, you know, mixing that in with Nora, who was just a terrible character choice to bring into this season. It seemed kind of okay at first, but, you know, she's just causing so many issues for the show in terms of its continuity, and just the constant way of them trying to bring new ideas in. And what makes this episode worse is that, you know, I've said this for a couple weeks now, The Flash desperately needs a new showrunner, and this episode was written by Todd Helbing, the showrunner. And I think that proves something. I think that says something, that we really need to just get a new fresh pair of hands and a fresh pair of eyes on this show. Because look at Arrow this season with Beth Schwartz. She's come in as the showrunner, and Arrow has been the best it's been since season 2. And I think that, you know, The Flash needs the same thing, because I'm getting really sick and tired of this show. And I don't know what happens to The Flash. I honestly don't know. I don't know what's happened to it. It used to be the best show, and now it's just like the bottom of the barrel. I don't know where they're going to go with this season. I don't know where the story's going with this. I'm just sick and tired of it. I really am. I really hope it picks up. I really do. I really want this episode and this season to pick up, but from the way I'm looking at it right now, it's not going to. And this could potentially be the worst season of The Flash. And it's really upsetting to say that, but it honestly could be. And I know I'm coming across really sad right now. And this isn't typically how I talk about these episodes. I don't like to rant. I don't like to, you know, just sit here on the mic and just kind of just chat freely like this. I like to kind of keep the energy, but I don't have the energy for The Flash. So I'm not gonna use these energy. I'm not gonna use my typical energy in these videos, because it doesn't deserve it. So yeah, honestly, just final conclusion. I'm so frustrated with The Flash this season, and I just really hope they can improve, because if they don't, they may just lose me. So thank you guys for watching this review of the episode of The Flash. Let me know your thoughts. Are you as frustrated as I am? Are you getting sick and tired? Or are you enjoying this season? Let me know. What are your thoughts overall about this season and about this episode? And also stay tuned to the channel for my review of episode 1 of Doom Patrol. That is coming. I am going to be reviewing Doom Patrol week for week. I missed that opportunity with Titans, but I am going to be doing it with Doom Patrol and pretty much every DC Universe show going forward. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel for my review of Doom Patrol. Coming out probably either tomorrow, maybe Monday. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, make sure you stay tuned to the channel for that. And yeah, just keep your eyes out for that one. So thank you guys for tuning into this episode of DC Central. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. And I hope to see you guys again next time.